I've been watching back some of the stuff I've done. I can see valid criticisms revolving around. You maybe should have written a script or outlined things more, buddy. Ugh. Yeah, well. Just remember, I don't have like a crew of people. I don't have an editor. Really much of a short term memory because of brain damage. And them dropping whatever's in the chemtrails, I forget which heavy metals. Something. I think it's designed to fuck up your blood brain barrier so that something else can get in. Probably microplastics. Or something else, who knows? I don't know. It's not my place to say that microplastics are causing huge amounts of our problems because they lead to brain inflammation. Nope. I don't really even think I should talk about the fact that it makes absolutely no sense that plastics are just in things that they know that people will eat and get rid of them in about a tenth of a second because they're literally just adding them to things. I could mention that, but why would I do that? Oh yeah, that's right, because I've done it so many times, I just kind of have become immune to the realization, possibility, closer. Yeah, immune to thinking about the possibilities of there being consequences to my actions. Oh, there will be, You do get to a point, because I used to be a very introverted... I guess I still am, sorta. But, yeah, just socially anxious or anxious in general, like kid. When you've been put through this so long, and you just finally stand up to it, and you think that'll get you murdered because you're like, but then it doesn't. And then you see that the red lines that you thought were there, because movies train you to be like, I need to be covert, because if they find out I'm doing... Oh yeah, there might be some elements of quantum immortality, where I keep getting brutally murdered in every timeline, but the timeline I don't get brutally murdered in, I'm just like, I wonder why I don't get brutally murdered more. And then you edit it together. No, I don't want that. But yeah, anyway. Back to whatever it is I last remembered fleshing out an idea about. Yeah. I think when you've been through this, probably all my life, but at the very least 12 to 14 years it started. Ramped up huge these last 2.5 years. I don't think there's too much debate about that. Oh yeah, speculation slightly. But, yeah, they target people who have either intellectual property, actually that's not the speculative part, that's literally documented in infinite number of times. Maybe not infinite, because if we're just talking about this timeline, because there are a finite number of people, but when you factor it in with all the other timelines, because this isn't the first time any of this has happened, I assume. But yeah, wait, where was I? Need to go back down that branch to double helical structure and then find another correct branch I was at. It's not that has happened, yeah. But yeah, once you've been through this for so long, stand up for yourself and be like, and the things that happen don't happen. You know, where you just wind up at a black site, or they throw flashbangs in your house at 3 a.m. and then you disappear and shit. Yeah, but if you're an inventor, you're probably in this timeline, or got shifted to the timeline. I think they put people here, and it's somehow firewalled, or, well, they think it is. It isn't. At least not in the long term. When everybody realizes the consequences can't have actions, or consequences. Mine will, but I've made peace with that. Theirs will, but they're told it doesn't. speculative, but like lines up closer with patterns than what they would have been told. Oh, unless I'm not supposed to mention that because it screws something up, but I've already mentioned that so many times. And then also, once you've gone so far off the map and can't get back on the map, you just see what's off the map. It's not a good survival strategy, but why not? Yeah, you can get off the map. They'll try and trick you into. I just use Call of Duty as an example because I've wasted so much of my life playing that awesome game, which the CIA literally invented and probably steals tons of your biometrics because they do that with literally everything. And they're doing stuff with that, and you'd think people would care more because that's like it's all going to data centers. But whatever, everybody's just free to fucking care about whatever they want. Unless they aren't, but you're not really told information, so you just guess. Alright, but if you have intellectual property, get shifted here. If I think you have, if you have brain damage, because I think they're trying to harvest you for training data for AI. So yeah, if you think differently and use different pathways, they probably shift you this timeline, where it's or whatever this turns out to be. I don't know. I'm playing it a certain way because when I reverse engineer the patterns, because I don't know what any of this is, but I see enough. I want to anomalies that I can kind of build off that and create what will be, or what I interpret, and it's definitely potentially this. Yeah, it's all double helical DNA. Or the equivalent. I can't know if it's biological or technological or whatever. But yeah, it's the same double-stranded DNA that we all have. That's what reality is. And it's just genes flipping on and off. The same way we have genes flipping on and off, and we can actually... What metaphor do I want to use? I know we're linked to it in some way. I guess it's like neurons have like... Neurons build, what's it called, axons? To like other neurons that can fire. So the reality has genes. We have genes, but they're used. It's junk DNA. And then junk DNA. And we can bind to those. And then switches on and off. And that's how they control reality and the overlays on top of our... I hate using the term reality because I think that means you're consenting to it. Or you're consenting to believing it's real because you say real. This whole thing is built on, like, loopholes with language and shit. Like, because when English and all other languages were first being invented, everybody had parasites, and the parasites knew that if they constructed things in certain ways, then people would be consenting to, and they can manipulate things through language. So they did that, because everything had parasites back then. And then it's a Archon, Gnostic, or equivalent, because so many cultures throughout time have basically mentioned the same thing, just with different names and stuff. But now they have so many 5G towers, we can't really realize that that's still there, because they can dull those parts more. You can still make it off the map if you want to. Not even saying it's good to do that, because you'll stumble on the things that they don't, or they shouldn't want you to know. And they'll try and scare, they'll send signals to your amygdala to be like, oh yeah, don't do this. But according to brain damage, according to brain scans, PET scan, and a SPECT scan, yeah, apparently I have 2 to 3 standard deviations below normal in my amygdala, hippocampal cortex, medial temporal lobe bilaterally. Oh, because of some genetic stuff that apparently destroys parts of your temporal lobe. It's called, yeah, I mean, why not? And I do disclose this because I know they're stealing it. And if they're stealing it and using it for bad, then I'd almost be immoral if I didn't try and put it out, because then it could be seen by good. Because if not, then only evil would have it, and then they can, but if I have it... But yeah, I get this destabilizing, my bad. It's mostly their fault for not telling me, or giving me recourse, or even allowing me to know that things will come out in my benefit. Or not to my benefit, because I don't care about me, but to, like, honoring the stuff I've put across many times in sessions about how I'm fine with stuff being used as long as it's ceded to other, whatever I am or I'm called. I get that I have some role in this I don't know about. Chaotic good, good faith actor. I can only go by alignment charts because I don't, like, they can't even let me find terminology that literally wouldn't even benefit me or hurt them. They just make things difficult just to make things difficult. Prison planet theory. But backtracking to the last branch I remember being on, all reality is a double helical structure with basically DNA, junk DNA. The DNA is used for basically everything in reality, like, oh, gravity, fusion, how everything works, kind of. And then humans and other things basically over time kind of got DNA inserted. DNA worked in different ways because, you know, it's that thing where, you know, a gene can slightly switch and went from like a pancreas or creating stuff for like a pancreas to making stuff to help your blood or something, like small little changes. So then over time it built into us, but we still retain some things that link us to basically the double helical structure that all life is. But then the parasites and archons have basically, maybe not severed a link, because there is still quantum entanglements that do go back to the main system, so they can't erase the things that they think they can erase, maybe in this timeline, but this timeline is fucking sacrificial and doesn't matter, so why the fuck would one care? So I don't care about being murdered. None of this timeline matters. It's sacrificial and or dead, but has to play out anyway, because it's stupid. They apparently get to be in charge. They think that they can, works out well for them, and forever it doesn't. It doesn't work out well for anything in this timeline, but again, this timeline doesn't matter. That's not to say, oh yeah, kill yourself, or just saying that's what, because I kind of play out what other people might think. No, you can still play it out, it doesn't, because you can still either seed things to a better timeline that you might exist in, or it just makes it worse for them if you just don't do the things they logically are like, yeah, it doesn't matter, maybe I do a bloop, or whatever. I don't know. Speculative. Everything I'm saying is me speculating on things, but using a lot of pattern recognition I'm seeing. It still could be something else. Don't take my word for things the same way don't take anybody's word for anything. Question everything. Don't trust anything. And then just fucking guess. Confidently. But then also you do want to disclose that you're just sort of guessing, because you don't want to be a dick, because they would do that. And out of spite, I will overshare my speculation. Even if it does weaken my argument, because they wouldn't do that, so fuck them. But yeah, it's all double helical, that's basically what everything is. Natural selection is real, and that's how we got here, the same way natural selection is real with whatever we... is real, yeah. Is theoretically realer... Fine, I'll call it reality, even though I think by calling it reality, and this timeline gets away with spells, I think saying it's reality means you're consenting that this is real so you can't wake up. Something like that. They do this fucking bullshit, getting away with weird technicalities that only they know about, that don't even, from a story structure standpoint, is pretty fucking lame. You'll play it out anyway, because they can go fuck themselves. Especially those fucking Cessnas. Oh yeah, pick something to hate and then just hate a lot, but don't take it out on other people. Don't stop fighting amongst yourselves. You're all on the same fucking team. Just because you have a different religion or views about fucking something. Whatever. People wake up to the fact you don't have to fight amongst... It's class warfare. Not right versus left. Never was. It's not about, oh, all races are different, so we have to hate each other. I mean, there are differences amongst races, but you're all fucking the same. You're not the same with the people at the very type who've been hive-minded by a parasite and basically doing their bidding. You're not. No matter how many times they tell you you are. What would your enemy need you to believe so that they can keep winning? Wouldn't they need you to believe exactly what you're seeing everywhere on media when you scroll everything? Wouldn't they? Yeah, actually, yeah, they would. I think you can also get through suppression because with the way, whatever it is that's hijacking stuff, I think different layers interpret different things. So, like, one layer interprets the actual video, another layer interprets, like, what you're saying. Maybe one layer is seeing me nod at something and you're like, oh yeah, he's actually he's not being serious, and another layer, because somewhere between the layers you can get to the unsuppressed version of our reality. Speculative. Speculative. Everything I'm saying is speculative. I'm just reverse engineering patterns. And they could be this, they could be other things. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. If you want to believe in a religion, in a Christianity, and in Islam, and in that, whatever the fuck. It's not my place to give a fuck about what anybody decides to do. I'm giving my best guess about how I see it working. The same way others are. I just will admit that I'm kinda speculating. So if I were to speculate further, I would say when they turn on a simulation, it's just natural selection. You just have randomness. Oh, over a long enough period of time in natural selection, you have a bunch of genes. Most of these create like very retarded universes. It just won't work. But natural selection, one of these just had mutations and evolved a pretty good ratio for pi and how circles work, and it outcompetes the rest, so it can breed with another universe. Oh, this universe, okay, with pi, so it's creating like spheres and stuff. Oh, this universe is kind of close to fusion. Natural selection favors it more than all the rest that didn't figure out anything in theirs, so then they breed and then they can create like a solar system. Oh, this one figured out gravity. Or just through natural selection and randomness and having thousands of different things all mutating in certain ways, this one finds a gene that outcompetes this one dies off. Probably brutally murdered. But yeah, this one breeds, and over long in a period of time, oh shit, we have orbits and stuff. Oh yeah, and then the natural selection, or the natural part, is that all life, or the ability to create life, outcompetes different universes that are less likely over time to evolve into life. So like, yeah, let's say two different things, and then they merge. I don't know what that will look like. That's just mating or fucking or just like cross-pollinating or however it works, but like you get offspring that then are inheriting. It's basically inheritance. And yeah, maybe some of the universe, like they have 10 kids or whatever, or next generation, and then just through natural selection, natural mutations, like how, this one inherited a lot of stuff, this one inherited stuff from the other one, oh shit, we're getting close to something, life, the ability to harbor life, or sustain it, or the ability to, over time, get to that place quicker, will outcompete the other ones that just through natural selection are far worse. So then this one, and then through weird, genes flipping on and off, oh shit, this one figured out, whatever you want to be, okay, yeah, all life keeps dying because of radiation. Oh shit, this one figured out if you have a metal core, you have an atmosphere that can block some harmful rays. Oh, that has a better chance of creating life than this fucked up one that barely even understands gravity. Okay, this one. And then just through natural selection, let's say each one, you have tens of thousands, each one, like the ones that are most likely to harbor life over time, get selected for, and just through natural mutation of genes, and how things merge. Oh, this one inherited genes from this one inherited genes from this one, this one, and then now competes the rest, and those are brutally murdered. And then through enough time, you get to, that's how we got to the whole, what's it called? Oh yeah, the theory where it's like, or no, artificial selection, or no, intelligent design. It's not really designed, it's just evolution, and things outcompete the same way we humans were designed, just through natural selection of things and stuff we eventually got here, the same way we got here. We inherited some genes, a lot of our junk DNA, and certain things that we think have something to do, but we can't really know what it does. Yeah, those are basically likely primordial, and attached to this, so we're attached to that. And then you can reverse engineer where branches are, just go up and down them for a while, and then speculate wildly at all times and just kind of guess. And then you'll get like a little bit right, and then people will be like, I get so no, guessing a lot. You could guess a lot, you don't have to, whatever. Oh, but then also I say things and then have no idea what to do with them, so that sucks. I also find it ironic that I'm wearing my Cease Your Investigations as I'm just throwing out the stupidest fucking things. But yeah, that's how it relates. And then the whole black hole thing, where it's like, because there used to be a debate of, oh, what happens when information gets sucked into a black hole? Oh, some people think information can't be destroyed. Others think, oh, well, it could. Yeah, no, it's basically just our universe excreting waste. Just like, it's like, there's a bear shit in the woods. Yeah, if our universe is the bear, and then, so yeah, the matter, or the stuff is not created or destroyed, it just goes on to wherever that universe exists, and let's say it's shitting next to a tree, and then the tree's roots will absorb all the, like, nutrients and stuff, turn into, like, leaves, and the other universes, let's just say they're omnivorous. Okay, well, we'll go with bears. Bears eat berries. Okay, fine. It shits next to a berry tree. A berry tree creates berries, and then the other bears eat them. So then, and then that creates, like, the thing where, like how black holes, like, suck things in. Like those bursts where, like, a bunch of gas happens and it explodes and then it turns into, like, a solar system. Yeah, it's just eating stuff that came from a different universe. So then, yeah, that gets rid of the whole thing about how matter can't be created or, like, yeah, I don't know if it's created or just destroyed. Yeah, no, we're in closed or open loop. But yeah, all universe exists technically, or I don't know if you'd say organic, or exists in, like, a thing. The strong ones survive, the weak ones, where they're baby universes that really have fucked something up, like, oh yeah, this one inherited stuff from two parents, but it got a recessive gene where, like, fusion is at it, or, like, way too low, so that no life can, and then life is greater than non-life, so it can't outcompete the other babies, and he gets brutally murdered by something, because, that's just how things work, and it's murdered, it then gets reabsorbed into the soil or something, and or like uptake. So yeah, nothing is really destroyed. It just goes from universe to universe. So yeah, eventually black hole, or you know, over time it's a whole big crunch or heat death or whatever it is now. Yeah, when it stops sustaining life, it basically becomes extremely old, and you know, the weak and the old and the disabled, and the young things that aren't very good. Yeah, those always get picked off by other things. So we're so old that we no longer can harbor life, then, I don't know, some super predator comes along and is like, whack! And it dies, and then just everything gets reabsorbed. So yeah, it's just a fucking loop, and then there's something with quantum entanglements. I don't know quantum, and if I ask AI, it'll hella try and gaslight me by picking different branches of quantum, and I'm like, nah, I'm asking about the other one. Because the many worlds branch, the Schrodinger branch, and and a couple others. And then, yes, basically that's how I see things. But then again, I have huge amounts of brain damage, and the brain damage makes it so I can't actually see anything. Or no, I can see stuff fine, I can't recognize anything, so I have to turn everything into patterns, and then based on those patterns, I reverse engineer what things are. And when you see things as patterns long enough, you realize, ah, shit, everything just shares basically the same pattern, just with different genes turning on and off, and in different time frames that can differentiate a fucking wall from a tree branch. It's all basically the same, it's just different genes, and in different ways, and then that creates basically a reality, or overlay on top of a reality that we think is a reality. And again, I hate calling it reality, because I think you're consenting that this is real if you say reality, because somehow this timeline, I think, had recessive genes that got switched on where words are spells, and somehow cannibal pedophiles, Satanists, billionaire AI people who should get knocked off in other timelines because they're actively destroying life, so life is better than non-life. Whatever. Oh yeah, and I think my damage to my amygdala makes it so I just don't care if I say way too far things. Not trying to change anybody's mind, you can still just write me off as some insane dude. I don't care. If anything, you can go way further as a fringe schizo than a whistleblower. Whistleblowers get got. Crazy schizos who just are saying shit into a phone and assumes it gets out in certain ways. or this. You could probably just have a sign. Oh, if you're trying to break suppression and you don't mind taking your ego down a few pegs, just play out full schizophrenia. Just join the schizo in the side of the road who's like, oh, Jesus saves, which is fine. And you just are like, have a different sign. Hey, yeah, microplastics are worse than we're being told, and we should care about those. Honk if you actually don't want to be poisoned by microplastics, as you're causing huge amounts of brain inflammation and a lot worse damage. I think they'll let you do that, because they're like, we don't know what to do. We can kill whistleblowers. Do we run them over? I don't know. And then you can do that for a while, possibly. It's timeline's stupid, but if you play it stupider than it is, it doesn't know what to do. Because the parasites can't adjust to anything new. They're very parasitic, and they just harvest our creativity, but they don't know what to do with it. Because they're gaslit. Theoretically. Also, don't sleep very well, and if you're sleep deprived, sometimes you think of things. The degree to which I should be saying any of this is, I don't know. But I've never known. That hasn't stopped me before. I might just go full schizo soon. It might be fun or liberating. So many people don't want to take their egos down as far as that. Be fine with it. Be fine with it as spite. Because they're counting on you being like, I'll look like an idiot. Look 10 times as big an idiot as they think you'll even go. It'll drive them insane. And it's funny to you, so long as you're able to get to that point. Once people stop taking any of this seriously, they'll lose all control. And by not taking it seriously, it's like, oh, you want to pretend it's aliens? I don't care. People seem to think, and are manipulated and thinking you need to have an opinion about literally everything. Don't care. Oh, this person's saying things that I know factually are wrong. I should correct them. Instead, switch that out to, this guy's wrong. I don't care. That's when they'll lose control of everything. When you buy into it and act like it's real and feel like you need to argue with other people even though we're dead internet theories, likely you're just arguing at the bot and wasting your own time, or they pre-sorted people. Oh, this person, we know will disagree with this person. Oh yeah, let's just match them up by letting them see the same reel, short, whatever you comment, whatever you want it to be, and then break the comment section to get people fighting. You could just be like, oh, I see what these feds are trying to do. I'm going to opt out of this psyop because it's dumb. Oh, you want me to argue with this person? I'm going to agree with them even though I know I'm wrong because it'll be funny to me. Do that sometimes. It will drive them absolutely insane. Like them, I mean the feds or whatever parasitic thing is hive-minded. The feds, I use feds broadly. It can be whatever it wants to be. I don't care. And the not caring part actually probably pisses it off. So I'll call it a fed because it pisses off. And I also won't care about it at all, because that pisses it off. And it's evil. Pissing it off is good. It does poison you way more and tries to murder you occasionally, but you can notice it after a while. Just be like, oh, try to get me like that. What uncreative feds. What dumb fucking coward-ass fed has to think of that. God damn it, somebody trained this thing not to be so fucking stupid and obese. Find something it's, sensitive about and then drive that into the ground, because that also pisses it off. And again, I don't do this to a regular person. If this person's chill, I'm not an asshole to them. Because then they win. I'm an asshole to them in funny ways. Because it pisses them off. It makes them go absolutely insane. Granted, you're also insane, but you realize you're insane and you've managed to take your ego down so much, you don't care. Assuming you want to go down that route, you can go down other routes. There are routes everywhere. They want to keep you in a closed loop system where nothing new happens. Prove you still have free will. If in a given week you haven't done a single thing different than you've done your whole life. Oh, there's a homeless guy. Get a job, you bum. Now if you pass the homeless guy, it's like, oh, well, if I say the same thing, they win. Fuck it, here, take $200. I still hate you, but I'll piss them off. And I'm playing this out as if the person doing this has a lot of money. Obviously, don't do it if you 200 means a lot to you. But yeah, anything. Just do something different. If you don't prove you have free will, then how do you know you still have it? That's an honest question. How do you know you still have free will if you never do anything new? How are you not an NPC at this point? How are you not just reading off a script that your brain has programmed? If somebody says something to you, you have to repeat. You don't have to. Say something different. Somebody asks you a question that you don't care about, just walk away. It'll be rude, but it'll be different. And then they aren't used to somebody doing that, so they don't know how to react, and that's different for them. And you're creating new complexity. Always add complexity to the system. They try and create entropy everywhere. Create as much complexity as you can out of spite. Be happy out of spite, because it pisses them off. Do new things out of spite. Be a good person out of spite. They hate that. Which is funny to you. Oh, they want me to be terrified about being brutally murdered? That's the funniest thing in the world to me! Because I definitely should have. They hate it so much. It's so goddamn funny. This isn't even a fake laugh. I barely ever laugh, but there's something about this. Because I know it makes them so mad. Reverse engineer happiness. Because when you reverse engineer it and you factor in how mad it makes it, and it's evil. Oh yeah, even if you think you're evil and you're on the side of that, nah, it's just gaslighting you. You're actually a good person and it's evil. It's just gaslit everybody into whatever, because it helps it. What would your enemy need you to believe so that they can keep winning? It would need everybody to believe exactly what they already believe, because it gets everybody trapped in closed loops. So, assuming you don't want to do that, be trapped, do the opposite of what you normally do. It creates new branches, new patterns. You can see you can do so much more than you're being told. And it's funny to you how much they hate it. Because, I mean, they're manipulating you. So if you just gaslight them, manipulate it, so they hate it so much. It's awesome. They try to murder you more, and they will do way more fraud and felonies and other things, and poisonings and direct energy weaponings and idling next to your house. And I swear they add some additive to gasoline because it doesn't quite smell right, and then you get a huge migraine and lose track of time. But then again, they do all kinds of bullshit. Be happy out of spite because they hate it. And then also, it adds complexity to a system, because the system's not used to people just doing whatever. Prove you have free will. Oh, I always arrive just a little late to things. Oh, I'm going to leave 30 minutes early because I've never done that, and that's easier for me. And it's less stressful, and they feed off stress. I'm going to do that. Oh, this is great. Oh, usually when I'm driving, I take the fastest route. Now I'm going to take a scenic route, because I've never done that before. Because if you do stuff, even if it's not important or good or bad, just different, it lets you see that there are branches everywhere that you could just take. Oh, let me make a U-turn and then drive a mile and make another U-turn and then drive a mile and make another U-turn for 5 turns, even though it's stupid, doesn't accomplish anything, but it's different enough to train my brain that I can do different things at any time. Or don't. I don't know, because I'm also very gaslit and poisoned. I'm just saying things and speculating. That should be very, I hope that's very clear, because people need to stop trusting anything. Oh yeah, and don't trust your own thoughts, because they can control those. Question everything. Because who's better at gaslighting you than them, especially if they can implant thoughts and make you think that they're your own? Question stuff. Oh, I'm putting this off too long. Oh, why can't they just do this? Oh yeah, because they're manipulating your neurotransmitters to head like cortisol and stuff to make you frustrated. Oh, fuck you, out of spite. I'm gonna do all this stuff that would benefit me. Operate out of spite because it's funny. Don't operate out of hate, because then they get stuff out of it. Be happy out of spite because they get nothing out of it and it pisses them off. And yeah, they feed off anger, rage, fear, anxiety, and yeah, maybe you should feel those, but if you don't have to, retrain yourself because it hates it. Do stuff out of spite because it's funny to you. Or don't listen to me and just do whatever. I don't know. July 22nd, 2026. Yeah, alright.